because I don't know, it's comfy. I know I have my chair here, but it's comfy. I like it here, down here. So I have an exciting haul. It's not really a haul, it's like really just 2 items that I wanted to share with you guys, because I think in my last video, I literally started this video after I ended that one, so it's like the day after. But in my last video, I talked about my nails, which look a mess, and as I said, they were longer, and I remember if I had put that in the last video, but they were longer and I was annoyed by them, so I cut them and filed them, and obviously these are not cute, I know. So I ordered on Amazon press-ons, because I really like press-ons. I think they're more affordable. I just like the different types, and I'm going on a tangent, but when I migrated to US, I tried to find like somewhere to like do my nails, and it's very expensive here, like really expensive. And then also it wasn't done, I couldn't find anyone that did it how I liked it, and so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do press-ons. And so I started making my own press-ons, but that's very time consuming, especially now that I have a newborn. Well, he's not really a newborn anymore, he's almost a year, but it's 10 months. But it was very time consuming, so I decided that, you know what, I'm just gonna get press-ons, and then I just fell in love with them. I have like a technique that makes them look like they're salon done, and I mean, if you guys want me to show you how I do that, I can, but I just liked it, and ever since then I never looked back. Stuck to my press-ons, and I love them. They last me 3 to 4 weeks if I want them to, and I like my technique because I work in the microbiology lab, so obviously I have to wash my hands very regularly, and with washing your hands, and you know, oftentimes the press-ons will pop off if they're not done properly, but my press-ons last me a month, so I think my technique's pretty good. Anyways, let me show you the press-ons that I got. These are the X-Coat Tip 2-in-1 soft gel system from BT Box, and I just got them in like this pink color, and I know it doesn't look nice right now, it doesn't look all that great, but this is just like the base color, and there's so many things that you can do with this. So I ordered like a bunch of nail stuff, so I have like nail foil art, and I have stickers, I have gems, I have stamps, I have just a lot of stuff that I can do with these, but I don't think I'm gonna do much with these. I am just gonna shape them properly. So these are supposed to be square shaped, like this is the natural series, but they're supposed to be square shaped, and they're not as square as I would want them to be, so I'm going to obviously file them a bit more, have them look more square, and then I might wrap them, or I don't know, I might wrap them, but I'm not sure. But anyways, these are the press-ons that I got, and I'm excited to really do my nails. I might do my nails tomorrow. So next thing that I got is what I am really excited for. I was telling you guys before that my baby is 10 months, and maybe 2 weeks ago, so he's 10 months and 2 days. So 2 weeks ago, he took 2 or 3 weeks, I think 2 weeks maybe, he took his first steps, and so obviously we had to get him some shoes. So we decided on the Stride Right brand as his first walker shoe, and he's had shoes, but those were like for looks, aesthetic. I mean, him going out, you know, dressing really nicely, having on a pair of shoes, but they're not really they don't give much support, and they're not really walker friendly. Again, as I said, those were for aesthetics, but now that he is walking and he's taking those little steps, we decided to get him something that was perfect for his feet in terms of comfort and flexibility, and just him getting used to wearing shoes. So as I said, we got this Red brand, and this was the one that we got. I think this is so cute. I am so excited to see how he likes these, because he doesn't really like shoes. When we put shoes on him, he takes them off. We put socks on him, he takes them off. But I think these are very, very cute. I think these are very nice, and they might look big, but they're size 5, I think. I think he's a 4.5, because on their website they have like a little chart that you can print out, and then you can measure the baby's foot, or you can always just use the straw method or like a ribbon. But I printed out the ruler thingy. When we went to the mall, there was a Stride Right store there. Went and we fitted him with a few, but they were kind of pricey. Like Stride Right is very expensive. It's like $60, $70, and I think you can go to Nordstrom as well and get your Stride Right there as well. But we saw on Amazon that the Stride Right store was on Amazon, and then these exact things that we saw in store for $60 something or $70 were maybe $49 on Amazon. So we decided to get it on Amazon. I like this brand specifically because, and I know I'm talking about baby shoes or whatever, and this is not what you guys are here for, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. So if you're not really interested, you can skip forward. I get it. But back to what I was saying, we really liked this one because it's wide toe. Like, hair is very wide, so it doesn't squeeze them. So their legs are allowed to lay flat, because you know babies, they have their toes like this. So it can lay flat, and they can get a feel of the ground, and it's very, very soft inside actually. So I like that. I hope he likes it, because I really do. So we'll see. But now I'm just gonna, it's maybe like after 7, let me see. Yeah, so it's 7:26, can you see? And I am just gonna get some reading done. I think I'm gonna read Remarkably Bright Creatures. I have it, and I have We here. Oof. Don't mind me, but Micah was having a time today. But I think I might read Remarkably Bright Creatures, because no, I'm gonna read this. I might read this a little bit later to wind down, but right now I'm just gonna have a seat, read this, and see how far I can get into it. Silly or if I'm dumb or what, but I'm literally just 15 pages into this book, and it's taken a bit of brain power, because it's more so mathematically leaning. So I have to be like really trying to, I'm rereading sentences, and I know it's not, it's just weird, because listen to this part. He says, darling, oh. So I don't know if I told you guys, but humans in this book, they don't have names. They're just numbers. So this number, I think this number, which is the main character, is let's see, I remember his name. He is D503. Says, I am D503, builder of the integral. I think I may have to start this over, because I'm just 15 pages in. I started reading it, and I do have some notes. Let me show you guys. I do have some notes jotted here in the margin. But honestly, maybe I was reading this when I was sleeping, because I was wondering what the integral is, but turns out the integral is the spaceship that they're on. So are they on a spaceship? I don't know. I think I may have to start this over, because I am so lost, and I'm literally just 15 pages in. This is going to take longer than I had anticipated. It's okay. I think I'm going to start it over, because I'm so lost. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of brain power. So let's start at log 1. I'm starting this for the first time, you guys. I'm starting this for the, I'm starting over because I'm lost. I think, and I do have notes here. This is the thing, I have notes, but I don't remember anything that I read. So was I sleeping when I was reading this? I have very cocky to think they are savages. What if they are much more advanced than us? How rude to decide to impede on the creatures / aliens and force them into something they may not desire. What was I even talking about? And then I underlined a part where it says, I write this and feel my cheeks are burning. And then I wrote, D503 placing emphasis on his feelings and his cheeks burning signifies that he can feel, that he has emotions. What is happening? I really have to start over because I really don't remember what I read. And I only read 3 pages, so let's start over. I don't even know if I'm able to read this part, but I'm just going to read the very first paragraph-ish. So log 1, brief, announcement, the wisest line, an epic. I am simply copying down the announcement that appeared in today's Wednesday Gazette word for word. In 120 days, construction of the integral will be complete. The glorious historic hour when the first ever integral will blast off into outer space is nigh. Some thousand years ago, your hero ancestors victoriously subjugated all of Earth to the one state. Your conquest will be even greater, for you will integrate the infinite equation of the universe with the electric, fire-breathing power of our glass integral. You will encounter unfamiliar beings on alien planets who may yet live in savage states of freedom, and you will subjugate them to the beneficent yoke of reason. If they don't understand that what we bring them is mathematically infallible happiness, we will be impelled to force them to be happy, but we will try words before resorting to weapons. In the name of the benefactor, let it be known to every number of the one state. All those capable of doing so are hereby required to produce treaties, epic poems, manifestos, odes, or any and all other writings celebrating the beauty and magnificence of the one state. These will be the integral's first cargo. All hail the one state, all hail the numbers, all hail the benefactor. this with you guys. So I'm reading this part, and he says, why does he keep doing that? Oh, they're tough, all right, Carl agreed. Say, are you standing up for him too? Listen, Billy, he explained. I'm having a hard enough time keeping this ranch out of Bank of Italy without taking on anybody else to feed. So I'm here and I'm thinking, what does Bank of Italy has to do with anything? I'm thinking maybe, you know, there was some affiliation with the Bank of Italy at that time. So I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that the Bank of Italy is actually a bank in California that they specialized in assisting the poorer class, so small ranchers, farmers that were struggling at that time, that the big banks didn't want to assist because, you know, it was just not good business according to these big banks. So farmers could get loans without like a lot of collateral, and of course they would put up their ranches or their lands as collateral. But the Bank of Italy at the time would, as I said, favor helping these small businesses and these small people. Now, as I said, it was founded in 1904, and then it merged with the Bank of America of California after, I think, an earthquake or a natural disaster. I don't remember what type of natural disaster. I think it was an earthquake, to be honest. And then fast forward to modern day, it has now become the Bank of America that we know. Now, you can do your own research because there's a lot more intricacies to it, but I just thought that was so cool that Steinbeck added this little tidbit into the Red Pony, and I just think it's so cool. This is just amazing. I think Steinbeck is one of the greatest writers of all time. And I mean, it's just such a small thing, but I was just nerding out just when I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about that, because I just think this is so cool. It's my birthday today, and I'm just gonna go to the bookstore and see what I can find. I've been doing a lot of research on like new authors I want to read, and I definitely know that I want to read Toni Morrison. I kind of have like a video idea. I need to just do a little bit more planning and some scripting, then I can film that video. But I kind of have like a Toni Morrison video idea that I want to do, so I'm excited about that. I also want to get into Clarice Lispector, so I want to see if I can find any of her works today. And there isn't any any other authors I am really eyeing right now, but I just want to go look around to see if there's anything that I'm interested in, and I just grabbed those. So yeah. Hi you guys, so I actually finished the two books that I was reading, and they are Train Dreams and The Red Pony. So I wanted to maybe talk a little bit about them. This is a collection of short stories. I liked it. I'm not big on short stories because I feel like once I'm getting into a story, I don't like it ending abruptly or it ending too quickly. But I actually did like this, and I think one of the reasons I liked it was because of John Steinbeck's prose and his writing style, which is very immersive. So that was a plus. My favorite story, I would say, in this would be maybe The Gift. And this novella is basically a coming of age novella. It is about a boy called Jody and the things that he has to encounter to become a man, to become an adult. So he faces aspects of morality, and he faces responsibility, and it was just a beautiful story about living in the American West, living on a small ranch. It reminded me a little bit of Train Dreams because there was some extraordinary in the ordinary. There's so many aspects that I really want to revisit in this book, so I might reread just so that I can do a little bit more annotation, because I was having a time. These dog-eared pages are pages that I want to revisit and pages that I want to jot down in my, I'm sorry guys, the train's passing. But all of these pages are pages that I want to revisit, and pointers I want to, notes I want to make in my reading journal. So I just dog eared them because I didn't have my sticky tabs at the time, and I don't mind dog earing my books. So this is one I definitely would recommend. I don't give star ratings, but it was very enjoyable for me. The next book I want to talk about is Train Dreams by Dennis Johnson. Now this was nominated for Pulitzer Prize, or I think it's a Pulitzer Prize finalist in 2012, and that 2012 was the year I think nobody won. So a weird year, I know, but I liked this. I did listen to this on audio, and I think I want to sit with it with my pen, and I really want to do a deep read into this, because I think it tells a story of the extraordinary in the ordinary. It's about a man who is a day laborer. So he works on the railroad tracks, and he is also a logger in the Idaho Panhandle, which is the American West. I am so sorry if you guys are hearing that. I don't know what is happening, but they have been doing construction a lot since recently. I think a lot of people are moving out of the apartment, and so it's just annoying. It's like at the break of day they start and it goes on for the entire day. It is truly annoying, so I really do apologize about that. But let's get back into this. So he is a day laborer in the Idaho Panhandle, and it really just tells his life, the story of his life, and the things that he goes through. So it is told in a non-linear kind of way, and you get aspects of his life from childhood to him being an adult in his 30s and him being an older man. It also talks about the change of the century and how we deal with changes. It talks about loneliness and just things that we encounter in this life. And I think it was just such a beautiful book, very small. It was like 115 pages. I think the ending was very sad for me. I know a lot of people might think differently. It was very sad. I didn't like the ending. But I mean, I think that was what it is about. I do want to watch interviews with the author though, because I really want to see what the author was trying to get at and what his aim was in terms of what he wanted to bring across in this novella. So I will do a little bit more research on that. I'll be reading a lot more. I'll be reading some interviews, and I'll be watching some interviews as well. But I really do want to reread this because this book is very small, but it packs a big punch. I think both of these are good companion reads, and I didn't really think about it before I started reading them. I just saw them. I felt like I was getting into a reading slump of sorts, and I wanted to read something that was quick and easy, and I had these on my shelf and I decided to just read them. But whilst reading them, I realized that they are good companion reads because they both take place in the American West, and they're both stories that talks about loneliness or stages of life, really. And I thought that was beautiful. There's Train Dreams is somewhat of a coming of age story in a sense. I wouldn't say holistically it is, but the Red Pony definitely is. But I think they're good companion reads because the themes are similar and they are very short. If you guys haven't picked these up, I think you should. I would definitely recommend them. And if you have read them before, did you guys like them? Because I honestly did.